Hey guys, what is going on? My name is MKid75. Welcome to my channel. If you have not been here, welcome back. If you have, this game is called Civilization 5. I played Civilization 4 when I was younger, and I absolutely enjoy this game. This is a strategic base game, and I know you guys will enjoy it. Now I kind of done goofed with the whole audio, because had I not realized that my music volume was too loud, and my voice is too soft, you're going to hear a lot more of the soundtrack, which, don't get me wrong, is an amazing soundtrack, but I would much rather have my voice be playing over the gameplay than the gameplay be playing over me. So right here, basically starting off the game, and you know what, guys, I'm just gonna throw you right into the gameplay, and have fun. Okay, scratch that. New plan. I'm gonna be commentating the whole 26 minutes or 24 minutes, however long. The rest of this video is going to be, I'm going to commentate that, I'll tell you exactly what I'm going to do. So right here is kind of like a strategic move that you want to settle near water. Water usually has good resources like fish. Sometimes it has oil, which will power you later on during your civilization. Going inland is also a great tool, especially when you're on this donut-shaped island, which you're going to see coming up here in the future. So that inland has a lot of great natural resources. Iron, copper, gold, stuff like that, but in the middle is set up like a desert. Now, civilizations in the desert don't tend to last long unless you're Egypt. And then again, Egypt has its problems. But yeah, so what I do here is that I want to make a workboat for those fish, but then I say workers. Workers are important, as you can see. They are right there mining out that copper. You could build wonders in this game, like the Great Wall, the National Epic, the Oracle, the Parthenon, stuff like that. You could build stuff that will improve your town, make it bigger, make it stronger, outplay your enemies. Now, granted, I'm playing against 4 enemies here, and I'm mainly on top of them throughout this gameplay, because, you know, I only have this set to 2 difficulty, which is Chieftain, which is like the second hardest difficulty. That's basically what I do to get good. You know, I don't play in the big leagues necessarily where I'm going to get hurt, and I don't play in the little leagues where I'm just going to necessarily dominate. I have to find that middle ground with this. Right here is a tech tree. The tech tree allows you to advance your civilization through the eras. You start off with the ancient era, then you go on through to the informational era, our era, the 24th century. So from Samaritan to now, okay? That's basically it. So in each one of the games, they have like jewels that next to the game that are your advisors. You have your foreign advisor, your economic advisor, and your wartime advisor. As you can see here, I found Krakatoa, and coming up, I will find the Great Barrier Reef. Now, there's only 4 wonders of the world in this map that I know of, that I come across, which is pretty cool. These are social policies. Social policies will allow you to further advance your civilization, but also give the type of order that your people will follow. Now, obviously, there are different types, like piety, which is totally based off religion. Patronage is artistic trade in a way, rationalism, exploration, commerce, aesthetics. Then you have tradition. Then liberty. Liberty is your good old American stuff. This is the stuff that I like basing my civilization off, because it's easy to get started with liberty or exploration. Those are the top 2 that you want to choose. You don't want to start off with piety. You start off with piety, your civilization will go from yeehaw to yee-hoo. So, after choosing liberty and social service, I believe I chose something that will allow me to link my cities together to get more commerce from my capital city, but also get some more trade in with my cities that aren't my capital. So that's mainly key what you want to do. You want to get trading between your cities to dominate this game. Now, trading with other civilizations will also help, but that comes on later in the game. You want to get your cities ranked up as fast as you can, the first 2 cities, and then you want to start building on top of those cities. You want more and more cities until you pretty much have control of the map. Once you have control of the map, you have control of the game, and then you win the game, you know? So that lake is called Meteoroxy. I think I get 3, 4 of them done within one shot. Yeah, choose Republic. Then I choose that last because I didn't want unhappy citizens. So workers are key to getting you resources. Farms around your civilization are really cool because they will give you food. The more food you have, the more happy people that you have. Right here I find the barrier reef, which finding this barrier reef will give me 2 food, 2 construction, 1 gold per turn, and 2 plus 2 more science points. So you want to find those. I put this a little further inland because I know I have horses. I know I have a forest that I could work off of. I also have sheep right where my cursor was. So wool is good. All these are strategic resources that you could use to win the war. To win wars, to win anything at all, really. Now that silver is huge, so I buy this tile right here. Silver is a luxury resource, not necessarily needed, but it will bring your civilization happiness. And mainly happiness is a key part of winning, but it isn't crucial. Now, this right here kind of ticked me off when I first read it, because this guy's like, because I go ahead and read this, and he calls us inferior. I don't like that. So this guy tries trading with us throughout the game, and I'm like, no, you don't call us inferior. We're not inferior. You're inferior. So I plan on going to war with him, and I have to build up all my arms before I do that. But before I build up all my arms, I want to get all the resources first. Normally I never have problems with other civilizations, but yeah, I don't like people calling me inferior. It just doesn't make good, you know, trade talk. I don't mind the Incan people, but that Incan ruler was like, no, you drew the line, buddy. As you can see, time periods do change from, I think, 180, and they progress 150 years, 50 years, 20. I think that generates at random, but there's no way you could just skip exactly 1 year. Now the Greeks do start jumping ahead of me by finding more wonders of the world. Wonders of the world will somewhat get you ahead in the race. This guy asked me like 6 different times, and it's like, why? Why do you ask me if you call me inferior? You know, you don't even try. So then we find another volcano, South African Kenyan volcano. I believe it's found in Kenya. Don't get me wrong. If I'm wrong here, don't quote me. I think it's in Kenya, something like that. All right. So, you know, linking empires is big. So we gotta get that silver. That's not linking empires. What are you doing? Getting resources is important. That's like a major key in this game. The more resources you have, the better off you'll be later on in the game. You know, stuff like that. So we're just gonna fly way ahead, speed it up a bit so you guys aren't bored by what I'm doing, what I'm talking about, and stuff like that. So walls around the city, you know, gives us good stuff. You know, defenses. Pantheons are like early religions. Now I find religious border expansions. Border expansions are huge in domination type games, so you want to click those. Now these wheat fields I do want to save for plantations. As you can see here, I find the Greeks. I don't like the Greeks, but then again, the Greeks do help me out expand a bit more. So you want allies early on in this game, then you want to turn your back on those allies. Now, of course, they just start building arms against you while you advance, but as you advance, they become less and less inferior to you. Now, I'm not going to call them inferior. They're just less inferior. So yeah. So I'm going to upgrade a lot, and a lot, and a lot. Reject this guy a lot, and a lot. I'm going to upgrade to what I think is best for my civilization, not necessarily what's totally best. Here we meet the Portudux. And then we pretty much advance here. Right here I'm building a road. Roads do connect your capital to your other city-states, so building roads is also essential in this game. as well as creating new settlers. As soon as you have your towns up to I say level 6-ish, 7-ish minimum, you want to start creating settlers to expand, because you don't want your cities to be overcrowded. Overcrowded cities equal bad karma, bad happy. You don't want bad happy. Now, golden ages, let's talk about those. Golden ages help you out big time, because they will progress you with your sciencey project, with your manufacturing stuff. So everything is all sped up during golden ages. Let's see. Great people. Now, these guys can spawn in at random, or you could choose from them. Great people can either start a golden age, create great aspirations for your people, so increasing cultural and happiness, or they could build areas such as cathedrals, manufacturing plants, as you see right there, and stuff like that. Now, I don't understand why this guy keeps pushing me. So I'm going to create some defenses against this guy. I'm not necessarily going to war with him yet, because I don't want to go to war with him. No resources whatsoever to do that. So that's my plan. Hopefully get the Incans out of the way. Completely control that entire portion of the island. Let the Greeks and Portuguese duke it out. I'll eventually join the Greeks, and then it'll just be me and the Greeks. So that's basically my plan. Okay, so let's talk about trading in this game. Trading is something that you want to do to get luxury resources and to get strategic resources. You want to trade, you know, luxury for strategic, luxury for luxury, strategic for strategic, to get an advantage over everybody, really. Now, unfortunately, that last shit did not work out with the Portuguese, which is okay. So I found my third city of Boston, which has all these great resources around it, like iron, copper, and gold. And then, as an added bonus, there are cows, so I'm going to build a lot of natural resources. I'm going to link that up, and then continue on with my journey here. Now, for those of you asking how many hours I've played dedicated to Civ, I played about somewhere in the neighborhood of 15, 20. It's child's play, I know, but I know a lot about this game. Civ 5. Civ 4, I've probably played for about, a total of 25 hours? I'd give it 25 on Civ 4. I enjoyed Civ 4 because Civ 4 had me playing as the British. There was no Americans in that game, so basically I was the British trying to take control of the Caribbean from the French, from the Spanish, from all those guys. Eventually, I did lose the war. I did lose because I went to war with too many people, and most people just said, no more. So, yeah. So basically what happens here in Boston is that I start building and building manufacturing plants. I get Chichen Itza, World Wonder, which is really cool. I read that off, which I did a terrible accident. I get the Parthenon. I steal from the Greeks. I steal Chichen Itza from the Incans. I'm playing dirty here, not really. But yeah, so New York is linked with my city, and soon Boston will be linked with my city. If you guys want to know about the units, basically the Eagles, tomahawk-looking things, are scouts. Naval vessels are obviously on only waters, and they look like naval vessels. So yeah. Now you're going to see my cities. Now you're going to see some stuff here. Not that. You're going to see that Washington is a lower rank than New York. That's only because New York's getting more resources into it. If I were to plan more resources into Washington, Washington would definitely have a better advantage, definite better rank. Now here, I actually contemplate on taking over the Incans, but then again, I think again, because, you know, they have boats in our port, and I don't want anything to do with those guys. But anyway, guys, I'm going to have to leave this video right here. Leave a like if you like this video, subscribe to my channel if you want more. Subscribe to the American Cow and Hammer Hazard. Other than that, guys, I hope you had a happy Friday. We made it, and I'm out. See you next video. Adios.